Old Spice was once the scent of your grandfather, a classic bottle, a ship logo, and a smell from a bygone era. It was a fragrance that evoked memories of simpler times, of family gatherings and stories told over the years. The bottle itself, with its iconic ship, seemed to belong to another world, a world of tradition, routine, and quiet confidence. For decades it sat quietly in medicine cabinets, a reliable but unexciting choice. It was the kind of product you'd find tucked behind newer brands. Always there, but rarely the first pick. Its presence was comforting, yet it rarely sparked excitement or conversation. Young people saw it as a relic, something their fathers and grandfathers used, but certainly not for them. To them, Old Spice was a symbol of the past, a product that didn't fit with their modern tastes or lifestyles. It was almost a running joke, something you'd expect to see in an old movie, not in your own bathroom. The brand was predictable, safe, and slowly fading from view. It risked becoming invisible, overshadowed by flashier, trendier competitors that promised excitement and innovation. Then, almost overnight, everything changed. The transformation was so sudden it caught everyone by surprise. Old Spice was no longer just a background player, it was about to take center stage. Old Spice was suddenly everywhere, viral videos, memes, and internet buzz. Social media feeds lit up with hilarious commercials and clever content. People who had never given the brand a second thought were now sharing and talking about it non-stop. The brand wasn't just selling body wash, it was selling entertainment. Each commercial became an event, something to look forward to and laugh about with friends. Old Spice had found a way to make personal care fun, unexpected, and memorable. The old image was shattered and replaced by a man on a horse, diamonds, and a hilarious, confident tone. The ads were bold, surreal, and impossible to ignore. Suddenly, Old Spice was the talk of the town, and everyone wanted to be in on the joke. Old Spice had transformed from a forgotten memory into a modern cultural phenomenon. It became a brand that people of all ages could enjoy, sparking conversations and inspiring creativity. The product was no longer just about scent, it was about identity and belonging. This wasn't luck, it was a brilliantly executed marketing strategy. Behind the scenes, creative minds worked tirelessly to reinvent the brand, taking risks and pushing boundaries that few would have dared. The brand's managers realized they had to break their own rules and start a new conversation with a different audience. They understood that to survive, Old Spice needed to be more than just a product. It needed to be a cultural force. Old Spice didn't just change its commercials, it changed the way people talked about it. The brand became a topic of conversation, a source of humor, and a reason to connect with others. It became a brand people wanted to share, a story they wanted to be part of. Old Spice's journey from forgotten classic to viral sensation is a testament to the power of reinvention, and a reminder that even the most traditional brands can find new life in the digital age. Old Spice began in 1937, not for men, but for women. The very first bottles were designed with a feminine touch, their delicate curves and floral motifs a far cry from the bold, masculine image we know today. It was a surprising start for a brand that would soon become synonymous with rugged masculinity. Just a year later, Old Spice introduced its men's line, shifting its focus and setting the stage for a new era in personal grooming. The brand quickly found its stride, appealing to men who wanted to feel both sophisticated and adventurous. For decades, Old Spice dominated the men's grooming market. Its nautical theme, anchors, ships, and the open sea, evoked a sense of adventure, freedom, and classic masculinity. The scent became instantly recognizable, a rite of passage for generations of men. Old Spice was more than just a fragrance. It was a staple gift, a symbol of reliability and American heritage. Fathers passed it down to sons, and it became a familiar presence in countless family celebrations and holiday rituals. But as the 20th century ended, that legacy became a burden. The world was changing, and so were the tastes and expectations of younger generations. What once felt classic, now felt old-fashioned. The iconic bottle, once a badge of honor, began to gather dust as new brands emerged with sleeker designs and bolder scents. Younger consumers didn't want to smell like their grandfathers. To them, Old Spice represented the past, a scent stuck in time, out of sync with their modern lifestyles. Old Spice's traditional image, once its greatest asset, was now its biggest problem. Competing brands were reinventing themselves, while Old Spice seemed frozen in a bygone era. The brand's marketing only reinforced the idea that Old Spice was for an older generation. Commercials featured familiar faces, but they failed to connect with a new, younger audience. Ads were simple, featuring rugged men or wholesome family scenes, images that felt invisible to younger men raised on fast edits, irony, and pop culture references. The message was out of touch with the fast-paced, pop culture-driven world. Old Spice was no longer part of the conversation, it was background noise. Old Spice was being ignored, a death sentence in marketing. Shelves that once proudly displayed its products now sat untouched, as shoppers reached for something new. Sales declined and the brand faced a crisis of relevance. Executives watched as their once mighty brand slipped further from the spotlight, unsure how to recapture its former glory. It could fade into obscurity, remembered only as a relic of the past, or make a radical change to survive in a new era. The challenge was clear. How do you make a 70-year-old brand feel new and exciting again? The answer would require bold thinking, creativity, and a willingness to break from tradition. While Old Spice struggled, new competitors stormed the market. Axe, launched in the early 2000s, used edgy, loud marketing focused on attracting women. The Axe Effect campaign made average guys irresistible, resonating with young men. Axe's identity was clear confidence, social success, and fantasy. Sleek packaging and modern names made Old Spice look dated. Axe wasn't just selling deodorant, it was selling a fantasy. Gillette, meanwhile, expanded its grooming line, focusing on technology and performance. Gillette's Best a Man Can Get slogan and sports star sponsorships made it aspirational. Old Spice was squeezed from both sides. Axe captured youth, Gillette owned premium. Old Spice was left with an aging customer base and no clear message. It was no longer adventurous or sophisticated, just old. Copying competitors wouldn't work. Old Spice needed a unique voice to cut through the noise. By 2010, Old Spice knew it needed drastic change. The breakthrough women bought over half of men's body wash. Instead of talking to men, Old Spice decided to target women, the real buyers. The new ads would appeal to women but entertain men too. The message, "We know you're buying this for your man. Let's talk about the man you want him to smell like." Old Spice abandoned its serious tone for absurd, fast-paced humor. The goal: create ads so entertaining people would want to share them. The ad had to be entertainment first, commercial second. This was a massive gamble, moving away from 70 years of tradition. The leadership at Procter & Gamble had to be convinced. Playing it safe was no longer an option, everything hinged on one commercial. In February 2010, right before the Super Bowl, the world was introduced to an ad that would redefine what a commercial could be. It was the moment the man your man could smell like burst onto the scene, and nothing in advertising would ever be the same. Isaiah Mustafa, exuding confidence and charm, appeared shirtless and stared directly into the camera. With a sly smile, he delivered the now iconic greeting, "Hello, ladies." In a whirlwind of quick cuts and seamless transitions, he moved from a bathroom to a sailboat, and then, almost magically, to a majestic white horse, all while delivering a witty, rapid-fire monologue that kept viewers glued to the screen. The ad was shot in a single, continuous take, a technical marvel that left both audiences and industry insiders in awe. The behind-the-scenes effort was as impressive as the final product, blending practical effects and clever camera work. It didn't look or feel like anything else on TV at the time. The visuals were bold, the pacing relentless, and the humor refreshingly absurd. What set it apart was how it spoke directly to women, acknowledging them as the real buyers of men's grooming products. The ad's smart, self-aware humor made it instantly relatable and memorable. Mustafa's punchline, delivered with perfect timing, was unforgettable. "I'm on a horse." That single line would echo across the internet for years to come. The ad's seamless transitions and clever writing made people want to re-watch it, share it with friends, and quote it endlessly. It quickly became a viral sensation, spreading far beyond its original TV slot. The internet's reaction was explosive. Parodies popped up overnight, memes flooded social media, and the conversation around Old Spice exploded into a cultural phenomenon. "I'm on a horse" became a meme in its own right, referenced everywhere from late-night TV to everyday conversations. The ad didn't just sell body wash, it became a part of pop culture, quoted and referenced in TV shows, movies, and even other commercials. Old Spice's bold, risky strategy paid off in a way no one could have predicted. They sparked a global conversation, turning a forgotten brand into a household name. The ad's broad appeal was its secret weapon. Women loved the charm and wit, men loved the humor and confidence. It brought people together, united by laughter and surprise. Practically overnight, Old Spice went from a brand people barely remembered to the center of the digital universe, setting a new standard for what advertising could achieve. The campaign's impact was massive and measurable. Old Spice sales jumped 60% in months, body wash sales soared 125%. The YouTube video hit over 10 million views in weeks, 40 million soon after. Old Spice's channel became the most subscribed brand channel. The campaign generated huge earned media and made Old Spice the leading men's body wash in the US. Social media exploded. Twitter followers up 2,700%, Facebook fans up 800,000. Old Spice built a community of engaged fans, not just customers. The numbers proved a bold idea, perfectly executed, can outshine any traditional ad budget. Old Spice and Whedon plus Kennedy didn't stop at one viral video. They launched a real-time, personalized video response campaign. For 2 days, Isaiah Mustafa recorded custom replies to fans' questions on social media. This groundbreaking move created a sense of personal connection and surprise. Over 186 personalized videos were made in just 2.5 days. The campaign generated over 20 million views and 1.2 billion media impressions. Old Spice turned a one-way ad into a two-way conversation. It set a new standard for social media engagement and brand loyalty. Old Spice's success came from a few key ingredients. First, targeting women, the real buyers, gave them a fresh market position. Second, the humor was smart, surreal, and self-aware, appealing to both men and women. The ads were designed to be shareable entertainment, not just commercials. The single-take production and quotable lines fueled viral sharing. Old Spice unleashed its ads online, letting entertainment drive the buzz. Finally, real-time engagement, like the personalized video campaign, made the brand feel alive and current. Old Spice combined smart targeting, unique humor, and lightning-fast engagement. The result, a perfect storm of marketing success. Old Spice's comeback offers timeless lessons for brands. The biggest, be brave. Old Spice abandoned a 70-year-old identity and took a creative risk. Brands must challenge assumptions and make bold moves. Playing it safe is often the riskiest strategy. Understanding your true audience is crucial. Old Spice succeeded by targeting the real buyers. Look beyond the end user. Who influences the purchase? Entertainment is powerful. Old Spice made content people wanted to watch and share. Humor and surprise earn attention and loyalty. The conversation doesn't end after the ad. Real magic happens when brands listen and respond. Engagement is a two-way street. Active participation builds community. Old Spice's story is a blueprint for contagious marketing, proving even a grandpa's brand can become the king